Hello, SolarLune here, and here's another What Can We Learn From video, and this one's about an indie game called Inescapable. Now this signals the beginning of a more streamlined, edited, pointed, that's not the right word, not pointed. Thought out? Yeah, sure. A more thought out What Can We Learn From video. So let's just dive right in. Inescapable is a 2D Metroidvania made by Magnetic Realms in 2013. However, I didn't really like it for a number of reasons. The story's kind of thin, and it's kind of absurd, and the gameplay is simple. The platforming can be very unforgiving, and if you fall too far, you will take damage. Fortunately, it doesn't hurt too much. It doesn't take too much. You can't really die from taking... You gotta be kidding me. But none of that even matters, because this isn't a review. This is a what can we learn from. So as developers, one thing we can learn from Inescapable is atmosphere. This game kind of lacks atmosphere. There's no background music, it's just sounds. Music goes a really long way in pulling the player in and giving him an emotion to experience the game with. Even if it's just, I gotta keep going, I can do this, yeah, even if it's something like that. Visually, the areas you run around in Inescapable feel bare and lifeless. For example, one of the first areas you go to is a mining facility, so where's any mining tools? Empty boarded up mine shafts, information consoles, break rooms, vending machines, fire hydrant boxes, crates, barrels, elevator cables and elevator shafts, some kind of rail to keep people from falling down elevator shafts, an elevator in the elevator shaft, something. If you want to say that the facility is abandoned and so some things are missing, sure, but not everything would be gone. Some things are literally immovable objects, vents, archways, electrical outlets, rails, broken and collapsed doorways. Just these little touches would have gone a huge way in conveying the overall feel of the different areas the player explores and the dilapidation of those areas. The other areas in the game are similar. No real crystals, fungi, or animal life in the caves, for example. They just kind of feel bare bones in their design. Another thing we learn is room design. Now, if I could emphasize one more thing about Metroidvanias, I think it would be room design, 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 room design. No matter where you are, most of the screens in Inescapable are lacking in notable features, which is a bit painful when you consider there's no map for you to identify where to go next. So you just end up walking from room to room, just like. The design lacks fun obstacles or interesting challenges. You just explore hallways, jump on little platforms, fight enemies, get keys, unlock doors, and repeat. Admittedly, I only played for about half an hour, but the enemies boil down to slow-walking mutants that shoot at you, and a flying mutant. None of those enemies drop anything, but one enemy drops energy and a key, but that's only a special type of slightly tougher slow-walking mutant that shoots at you. The enemies as they are very easy to defeat and pretty slow, and they don't really feel threatening enough. Enemies should be more challenging to make you enjoy combat and encounters. If they're harder, then you feel like you have multiple options. Do I come at them directly? Do I use ranged attacks? Do I hide and sneak? Do I take them from behind? What do I do? Lots of good choices. Defeating enemies could reward you at least some of the time, perhaps with money or weapons or armor if your game fits it. Even if you don't need them, little power-ups like health or energy packs are nice ways to spice up the game and encourage the player to keep playing. But anyway, atmosphere, room design, challenging enemies. These are just some loose thoughts on what I think we as developers can learn from Inescapable. See you and have fun.